Welcome back everyone. In this video there's a different tutorial. We're gonna draw a bracket. We're gonna learn about again on circle, fillet commands, how to do array, a rectangular type of array. We're gonna use a lot of trim to draw this bracket. We're going to be using the provided layers, but I'll walk you through what they are and as far as line weight and line type. Also, we'll be adding center mark and center lines. If you're new to this channel and if you're new to AutoCAD, I do recommend you go into my channel, Project-Based Learning, click on playlist and click on AutoCAD intro playlist. That within that there are numerous videos that demonstrate to you from the very basics as far as what's AutoCAD, the history, file types and so forth. It walks you all the way to how to create custom title blocks just like this with a company logo, how to prepare printout. It includes also dimensioning, styles and scales and so forth. So for this tutorial, we need to come up with any strategy. It seems that dimensions are all over the place. But it seems majority of them are dimensioned from this surface. So that's your datum or an accurate surface. So we can draw a rectangle that encompasses the entire part, and then draw everything inside. We can draw a circle, use a rectangular array. Again, there's going to be some complexity here, but we can draw part of the lower half and mirror that against this center line. Okay. To start off, just like my previous tutorials, I'm going to provide you in the description 2 template files. Depending on your units, you can just download it and open that template and start off your drawing. That template will have the layers you need. Also in the layout section, it's gonna contain a title block that you can modify. Let's go back to AutoCAD. So I've already opened that template that's given to you. So as I said, let's look at the layers we have. Currently we are in the visible layer. Let's look at visible layer. Its line weight is 0.4. That's good. It's printable and it's visible. There's a layer for center line with a line type of center. We're gonna use that a lot. Let's go back. Visible line is the current layer. Let's go ahead and draw a rectangle. You can draw from anywhere. I want to draw a rectangle that'll be the outline of this part. So the length is 6.3 and the height is as you see 3 plus 0.56. that's the radius of this arc. And then there's extra 0.56 at the top, so the height will be 4.12, right? So rectangle can start from anywhere. So dynamic input is on, make sure. So next to cursor you have these entries. So the length is 6.3, press tab key, and for height we said 4.12, press enter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move this a little close, press enter, base point. Okay, let's zoom in further. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw this arc. We can use fillet. When you click on that at the bottom, it says select first object, or you've got these options. I'm going to type R for radius. Just type R for radius, press enter. Specify fillet radius. Fillet radius is 0.56. Press enter. Now it says select first object, so I'm gonna select that, and then select this. Okay, we can do the same at the top here. AutoCAD normally keeps the radius that you've already adjusted, so I'm just gonna click there and click there, so that's 0.56. We can go ahead and draw a circle with radius E and diameter, well, with center and diameter. So center, you can get closer to this, make sure the center object snap shows up, select there. You need to enter the diameter as 0.5. Okay. Now we're gonna create an array. Make sure you have a rectangular array. Click on that, press enter, and as you see, it already have some default number of columns and rows. So for number of columns, we're gonna put 2. Number of rows, we're gonna put 2. So total distance of the array along columns, there'll be 3.5. So we need to type that there, and along the rows, that'll be 3. Okay, check mark that. So that's from that. So that's one way, but you could copy it, you could mirror it, and so forth. Next, let's go ahead and deal with this section. So what you can do, go ahead and change your layer to center line, and go to annotate and click on center mark. Click on this circle, that, and that. Press enter. Go back to Home tab, change your layer to visible, click on line, get closer to this, do not click there. It'll AutoCAD will give you the intersection between that line and this line. So click there. Now we are trying to draw this line. That's the start point. We don't know about the length of the line. We know 1.6, that's the length along x-axis. We're going to use dynamic input. So the length we don't know, so we're going to assume something like 3.3 is fine. With tab key you can switch to the angle, type 15, press enter. Okay, so that's part of this line that we draw. For this line, what we're gonna do, let's draw an additional line from the same point along x-axis, right? You can press F8 for turning the ortho on, so they'll only draw horizontal or vertical. Keep the cursor in this direction, type 1.6, press enter. Just draw this kind of construction line. Escape. Okay, so this intersection is the start of the next line. We don't care about the length of it, but we care about the angle. The angle will be 45 degree there, 45 degree there. Grab the line command, start from that intersection. Make sure your ortho is off by pressing F8, and then I don't care about the length. With the tab key, switch to the angle, and type 45, press enter. Let's go ahead and trim this. Trim the extra pieces here, so that's trimmed. Again, that's trimmed. And these extras, you can get rid of it. Okay. Now we can go ahead and mirror these two. Before doing that, let's go ahead and add some sort of center line between this and this. Okay, you can grab that and move or extend the center line furthermore, and we're gonna go ahead to the Home tab and click on mirror and select these two. press enter. First point of the mirror and second point of the mirror, and click on no, do not erase the source object. Okay, you can go ahead and grab trim and trim the extra pieces. Okay, so we are done with part of this. Next we're going to use offset command. The reason we need offset is, so you've got this center line, however the distance from this line to this is 1.6 and distance from this line to this is 1.2. So what you can do, you can offset, say change the layer to visible line, and for offset you can simply type, or you have an icon here for offset. Specify offset distance, so we're gonna put half of 1.6, that'll be 0.8. and select this object. For some reason it's unable to offset this line because it's a center line. So what you can do is you can draw a construction type of line from there to there, okay, and then go ahead offset. Half of 1.6 is 0.8, press enter, select this line. Now you need to pick a direction, up or down, doesn't matter, but sometimes your object snap is on, so I'm gonna press on F3 to turn it off so that you can select the side. I'm gonna click here, again click there, click here. So that's those two lines, okay? So let's go ahead and for the time being, let's just move that to that layer. We're gonna change it back. We're gonna offset again the same line. The distance would be half of 1.2, that'll be 0.6. Select this line, select this line, click somewhere here. So those two lines are gonna create these two lines, okay? Let's go ahead and delete this extra piece. Okay, now we can offset this line 0.94 to the left, offset, sorry, 0.94, press enter, select this line and pick the left side, escape. Okay, let's go ahead and trim the extra pieces here. Trim that. We need to trim this one. Okay, so that's the edge we want. We need to trim that. Okay, now we need to add a fillet with a radius of 0.5. You can type R for radius, 0.25 for the radius, press enter. You need to select this edge and this edge. Press on fillet, radius will stay at 0.25, and that's the edge we need. These extra pieces will be trimmed later on. Okay. Next, we could offset this line 3.3 to the left. Offset 3.3, enter, select this and pick left, escape. Okay, so the intersection of this line and the line at the tops, this line and this, the intersection here will be the center of this arc. Let's go ahead and draw, let's say, a circle, the center radius. Press F3 to turn the object snap back on, and that intersection is the center. The radius is 0.4. Okay. We can go ahead and mirror that mirror. Actually, let's go ahead and draw same circle here. We don't have to mirror it, so the radius is 0.4. Now we know that the center of this arc is the center of the smaller arc right there with a radius of 2. So we can go ahead and draw a circle. The center will be here and the radius is 2. So there's a lot of arcs and extra arcs and lines here, so we're gonna go ahead and trim. So this will stay as you see, but the below line will go away, right? So that will come up to here, and then we'll go up here. Okay, so this extra piece will go away, and this will go away. As you see, we built that. Okay, this will go away. They will go away. These extra pieces will go away. Delete that. Of course, you can escape out from that and just pick the extra arc and delete. So that's the piece we needed. What you can do, you can either trim extra pieces here, just like that, and we're gonna need the extra line there. So we can, what we can do, we can mirror this section. Okay, let's go ahead and escape out and delete all these lines. Let's go ahead and mirror these pieces. Press enter. First point on mirror line, second point on mirror line, press enter, and then trim out the extra pieces. At the end, you can change your layer to center line and go to annotate, center mark, and center mark. That kind of sums up what I had. There's an extra piece here. I can go ahead and trim that. Okay, I believe this is almost done. You can modify it by extending these, center lines and so forth. You can go ahead and do that. You can modify it as much as you want to make it as close as possible to what you have, or as accurate as possible to the standard you're using. Okay, so in this video I want to cover a few commands, a few new commands that like trim and offset that we covered, center mark and center lines. I hope this was useful. To support this channel, please like and subscribe.